Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Unity. Today for Colors with Crystal, we are doing a really fun and popular color combo. Of course, we are doing red and teal. For this, we're going to be using the Catching the Snow stamp set. This is designed by Lisa and it's absolutely beautiful, and I already have stamped and Copic colored my beautiful little girl in those color combinations. And with that, we are going to make our DIY snow globe, and we're going to be doing it out of a tag. So this tag is from Studio Cadia, but there's so many other tags on the market. You can even make one actually if you own a Cricut, or just cut one by hand. And we're going to be doing some ink blending with these guys. All right, for our cardstock, we're going to be using red. We're going to be using Pool Party, which is the same color as our ink. We're going to be doing some tone-on-tone stamping. And then we have this beautiful cream color cardstock. For our colors, as I mentioned, Distress Oxide and Candied Apple. Cracked Pistachio, you're going to need some white embossing powder and, of course, a place to stamp and not get all dirty. So let's get started. We are going to begin with setting everything aside, and we're going to start ink blending our tag. So our tag is ready to go, and like I said, this is from Studio Cadia. I'm going to link all the products below if you're watching from my YouTube channel. Then if you're watching it on Unity or Unity's blog, I know that Whitney will be posting some of the items that are available on the Unity shop, and then the rest will be on the awesome Amazon Unity shop that are things that just Unity's not carrying at the moment, but you can get them when you need them. All right, so everything's ready to go. We're going to begin with the red. And we're going to put the red on the top. And the reason why is that I felt that because our little doll had the red shoes, they would kind of get lost there in the shuffle. So we're going to start with the red. We're going to really add that color up on the top and then blending down. And we're going to blend, blend, blend. And we're going to have a really pretty gradient of dark red to that light red. And then we're going to come in with our Cracked Pistachio, and we're going to start at the bottom. And then if you have an extra piece of cardstock, I would place it over that so you can hold your cardstock down. Or if you have some double-sided tape, that would work too, temporary tape. And we're not going to touch that red until we're completely done with the Cracked Pistachio. That way you don't have too much of the color variations. So now that's done, we're going to remove it. We're just going to bring this down so we don't get any inky fingers on our beautiful cardstock here in a minute. And so when you blend those two, I love blending. It kind of brings back to primary school or elementary school, depending where you went to school around the world. Okay, and then we're going to bring more of this red. And then we're going to spritz it with some of the water because this is Distress Oxide and it's going to react. It's look very watermelony. I'm totally loving it. And she's going to look beautiful right over that. All right, so while that's drying, we're going to do a tone-on-tone stamping. And I don't know what these are, like little sunbursts from the Catching Snow. I guess it's snow, right? But it's in a really fun pattern. So we're just going to repetitively stamp using the same color of ink. If you don't have the same color of ink for your cardstock, what you can do is grab that clear embossing ink, watermark ink, Versamark, whatever brand that you have. And if you stamp that clear ink, it's going to just darken the stamped area one shade darker. So it's going to look very pretty. Not quite transparent, but it's just going to create that tone and tone effect that is absolutely pretty. And it gives it more to the card without having to do a ton of heat embossing or, adding stencils or whatnot. So we're just loving keeping it simple. So we're going to put together our card. We're going to begin by placing our Pool Party down onto that beautiful teal. Make sure that your corners are even and ready to go. All right, so look how fun that is. We're going to place the tag that we created. It almost reminds me of a lovely popsicle, right? What are these called? The ices. It reminds me of an icy. If you don't live in the US and haven't had one, I know you're probably going, what are you talking about? But it's these popsicles that are exactly the same color and shape as our beautiful snow globe, aka tag, that we're creating here. We're going to center that, and then we're going to place our lovely girl with some foam right there as well. So we're going to grab our foam, we're going to trim it, and then we're going to make it a really thin strip because we're going to have this run all the way from the bottom of her boots to the top of her head, and that way you have a very nice and solid card that's not going to pop off when you mail it. I'm talking about mail. You will have to pay just a little more postage for it because of all the foam, but hey, it's part of the process, right? Make sure you don't have anything sticking out. And then we're going to press this down. And at this point, if you want to add some like splatters of white paint, whatnot, that would be the time to do it. So while our white splatters dry, I'm going to add the sentiment. So we have the what is it? Warm wishes. Let's say winter wishes. Warm wishes. I am apparently freezing my brain already with our wonderful popsicle that we were talking about. We're going to stamp it down with our clear embossing ink, and then we're going to bring our red embossing, our white embossing powder onto our red. We're going to shake it off, and then we're going to heat set the whole thing. So I'm going to remove any excess and heat set, and then we're going to trim it. Alright guys, so I have trimmed it. I kind of just fussy cut around with my scissors, and then I added some foam adhesive on the back. So we're just going to place it right here, and it's going to be warm wishes, and it's just a beautiful blend of color, really bright and then really soft colors. For our last embellishment, I'm going to add some snowflakes. So I'm using my Tombow Aqua Mono Liquid Glue, and I'm just going to add a couple snowflakes here. These are an unknown brand. I think you just, well, I'll try to Google snowflake sequins here, and then add the link below so you guys can find them. But they're really fun, and it's just perfect. You know, she's trying to catch the snowflakes. You can add more. I think I'm going to add one in the outer part of the card, and then one down here where the warm wishes is at. I'm grabbing them with my Crystal Katana tool, which is actually a nail tech tool, and it has a wax tip that allows you to grab your sequins. And that does it, guys. This is Crystal Thompson for Unity Stamp Company for Color Combos with Crystal, creating a soft pastel and some dark reds to create a beautiful card. Be sure to click subscribe. That way it allows me to continue bringing these free tutorials to you, and you will get notified when there's new videos. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day.